Today we are going for The Adventures of Pinocchio. This is a novel that's written for children by an Italian author, Carlo Lorenzini. His pen name is Carlo Collodi. Carlo Collodi is an artistic name of an Italian author, Carlo Lorenzini. He was born in 1826 in Florence. His father was a cook and his mother was a housewife. He worked a lot as a bookstore employee, French translator, comedy writer. He was a great patriot and worked as a journalist and politician. Carlo Collodi, he is most famous for his children's novel. So here we go for The Adventures of Pinocchio. In this novel, you will come to know about the fantasy. Fantasy is a pleasant situation that you enjoy thinking about but is unlikely to happen. And it unusually involves real life and magic. Children, you will be able to read and understand the story, The Adventures of Pinocchio. The central theme of Pinocchio is personality development, maturation, and the personal trip from being evil to being good, experiencing the psychological transformation of the main character, Pinocchio, who is the mischievous wooden puppet and eventually becomes a good boy. This is the first chapter of a story book about the wooden puppet that wishes to become a real boy. Once upon a time, there was an old carpenter. His real name was Mastro Antonio, but everybody called him Mastro Cherry because of the tip of his nose. He had a round, red and shiny nose that looked like a ripe cherry. One day, the old carpenter saw a piece of wood and was filled with joy. He decided to use the piece of wood to make the leg of a table. As he held a tool to cut the wood, he was surprised on hearing the piece of wood saying, "Please be careful. Do not hit me so hard." To see that the mysterious piece of wood really seemed to have the ability to talk, Mastro Cherry hit the piece of wood and again heard the same faraway little voice. He was shocked. His eyes popped out, his chin mouth opened wide, and his tongue hung down on his belly. He couldn't believe that a piece of common firewood, used only to burn in the stove, could speak. He thought that someone might be hidden in it and decided to fix him. He took the log and knocked it unmercifully, but nothing happened. This time he decided that he had not heard the voice. He was so scared that he tried to sing a happy song in order to gain courage. He set aside the tool and picked up the plane to make the wood smooth and even. But as he drove it to and fro, he heard the same voice. This time it chuckled as it spoke. "Stop it! You tickle my stomach." This time, poor Mastro Cherry fell on the ground, and when he opened his eyes, he found himself sitting on the floor. His face had changed and the tip of his nose had turned from red to deepest purple. This was all about The Adventures of Pinocchio. Hope you all like it. Goodbye, children.